Hello, Master Numerologist Andre Moore. And it's been over 3 years, and the fighting between Russia and Ukraine is still going on. And now the earth is experiencing another hotspot between Israel and Iran. So let us pray for these conflicts to come to an end sooner than later. Okay, thank you. Today's lesson is called An Apple Seed. There's very little time to enjoy the pleasures of earth life. When joy arrives, sorrow soon follows. Many people experience these dualities daily. The combination of joy and stench carries an obnoxious smell. The smart thing to do is to run away, but we grow accustomed to it, so we stay. We collect our broken hearts, but hope and pray that the next love will be the one. Hope is good if we hope for the right things, such as good health, warm friends, and a full belly. But when our health fails us, our warm friends betray us, and our full pantry becomes bare, it dampens our hope. It would be beneficial to develop a relationship with the goddess of light, the eternal light. A concept in spirituality is a divine energy that sustains all life. If the goddess does not receive this eternal light, then you have only eternal light without manifestation. Your manifestation would be fragmented if you're not using your willpower correctly. What is needed is for more souls to receive the eternal light so that they can display a kinder disposition and move away from the harshness and unyielding of the one energy. One energy can manifest as unwillingness to see different points of view, creating an atmosphere where groups struggle to communicate with others. This unwillingness to communicate make the seeds of war. We must tap into our compassionate aspect. A person can only take you as far as they know. If that individual does not know God, then they cannot lead you to God. To know self is to know God. To know God, you must spend time with yourself. Going to church does not allow you to seek your inner sanctuary. It affects your emotional state of being, and you find yourself praising God, shouting out God's glorious name, or even fainting. These are all good, but you are expressing an outer expression. To make an inner connection, you must learn to control the emotional state of being and the chit chat of the mental body. You must seize control and redirect the energies towards where Christ sits on his throne in the third eye between the two physical eyes. To accomplish this, it's best to start at an early age. This would be particularly challenging if the parents had not prior training. A child may have an inner nature that leads to God's realization because of the spiritual work accomplished in past lives. Souls inclined to join various types of religions are awakening. These are steps taken to lead them back to God. But very few church members know God. They speak of God not from a self-realized experience, but from an outside expertise. They may have visions of saints and angels and hear the voice of God, which are good experiences, but they cannot retain these experiences, and they come and go. In cosmic delusions, our eyes deceive us, and we separate into three aspects of life, which is the past, present, and future. We view and experience life in fragments. We cannot behold the eternal. Light is one only because we are not taught or trained to know God by knowing ourselves. We build our lives upon false foundations by affirming that we're not a person, whether a man, woman, father, friend, child, husband, or mother, only represent life's fragments, not life's oneness. We witness the eternal light only in fragments. our vision is blurry. We know we contain the wholeness of our cosmic body, but cannot see our wholeness. We know our planet is whole, but cannot see the whole. So we build our lives based on our limited perception of life. We know we all experience joy and hunger, but at the same time, we divide ourselves into groups. These different groups see commonalities within their group, but perceive differences in other groups. You meet someone, you are incapable of knowing the wholeness of that person, only the fragments you are shown. It's best not to judge, for you only see fragments, not the whole. When you place judgment, you act as though you know the complete story and have all the facts. You do not, because you are not incapable of understanding the whole. After all, if you knew the whole, you would not judge. For example, you meet a thief and judge him harshly. However, you are shown a past life in which you were a thief. How can you judge a thief when you are a thief? Remember the great teachings which state, those who have not sinned cast the first stone. The great souls who are one with God perceive the whole, so they don't judge but show mercy. Do not pray or ask for another incarnation. Pray for liberation in this life. Maya, a term in spiritual philosophy, refers to the illusion that the material world is the only reality. Your soul trapped in Maya wants freedom. You must choose it and work through the body, emotions, and mind to achieve it. Why are we hard-headed? Where is God's love being demonstrated? Why are we allowing a handful of men to disrupt peace and harmony? An apple tree offspring is an apple. An apple contains apple seeds, and each seed has a potential to bring forth an apple that made in its image. An apple tree offspring is an apple. An apple contains apple seeds, and each seed has the potential to bring forth an apple tree made in his image. A soul is a divine seed, a perfect reflection of God. Therefore, it has God's essence. Within each body lies a seed called a soul, with the potential for profound spiritual growth and transformation. Tapping into your God self requires acceptance. If you reject your Godhead, you will remain asleep. Acceptance is the key that starts the awakening process, empowering you to take control of your spiritual journey. The word apple contains 5 letters. Number 5 is a 5-pointed star, which is of the heavens. Each soul, regardless of its individual journey, is celestial, part of a greater whole and interconnected with all other souls. Letter A resonate on the first level. Each person must choose to receive light, hold it, and then emanate it out into the world of matter. The double P, a 7 vibration, blends into the illuminating star of clarity of vision. Its light casts out darkness. Number 7 sets as a metaphysical tone, a vibrational sound that shatters the web of cosmic illusions. No longer deludes itself, it knows its glory. Letter L resonate on the third level. It is the voice of inner communication with God, saints, yogis, and masters. It allows itself to learn and apply the technique of love and acceptance. The letter N vibrates on the fifth level. It rises above the limitations of thought. It no longer reads the word. It is the word of freedom. The number pattern for the word apple is 17735, and it vibrates on the 23rd level, reduced to 5. When you realize you are a seed of God, you drop the veil of pretension and take your rightful place next to God's glory. In apple seed. We all are part of the one. You are the apple seed, for you are a soul. And so you must contain the essence of God. Just like in nature, an apple tree bears an apple contains seeds, and each seed has the potentiality to produce or reproduce an apple tree and therefore bring forth more apples with more apple seeds, and the vibration continues. You are part of God, and you are working towards coming into the realization that you are part of God, and so therefore you have the essence of God. But we sit in the realm of fragmentation. We do not see the whole because we do not see our totality, because we have not taken time out to understand our totality. We judge someone without knowing all the facts. You will never know all the facts in your fragmented state. That's why it's best not to judge. We judge harshly because we don't understand that perhaps in a past life we too committed those same types of behaviors. The example of the thief. We judge a thief, but if shown that in a past life you also committed theft, you probably have a different change of tune. Because we don't see the totality of all of our past lives, it's best not to sit in the seat of judgment. When you're one with the Father and the Mother, then you don't judge, for you know you render mercy. That's why the great one said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do," because the great one understood the totality of each person's life, and the great one knew exactly why they was doing what they was doing. And out of mercy, he asked for the forgiveness of all. So the next time you meet someone, understand you're only seeing a fragment of that individual. You can never know the total until you totally know yourself. So until the next video, peace.